Poojalooski here, Snoopalooing, no sex, no guns, gang. Kind of napping out here, pretty tired. So we're right in the middle of College Park, right by Washington, D.C. And this place is pretty disgusting. It looks nice, all right? It might look nice, but all these people, right? From what I hear from the locals and seeing, it's like a lot of prostitution. There's apparently a big, huge prostitution sleazebag problem here. Even though it's a rich town, that's what they say too. Rich town, a lot of prostitution. These people are cheap. This Baltimore County and here, we got like $4, I think like $2, and then like one girl gave us like a $5 lottery ticket and some food and some change, and then like one Mexican construction worker gave us like his breakfast one day. And that's it. That's all these people have given us, and we've been walking through here for what? I mean, since Baltimore to here, like probably like a while, like more than a couple of days, like, you know, days, several days. And yeah, I just want to say what a bunch of scumbags they are. There's like pimps and like Latino, Mexican, build the wall, scumbags everywhere. And then all these ungodly, jealous kind of black pimp guys, the kind of like guys that like hate women because they're trying to have sex with the white men and turn them gay, like they do with the rap music in Hollywood and all. And they're all trying to turn each other gay too. You know, the blacks on the blacks and the, you know, whatever. The Latinos kind of stay to the outside and turn their own kids, you know, prostitutes and, you know, for hell and for prison and all, and drug dealers, you know. I don't know what the Chinese are even doing over here anymore. I mean, there's not a lot of those. But I'm just saying that because there's one right there. Anyway, so the point is, there's a lot of scumbag Latinos. There's a lot of scumbag black people. There's a lot of fat people that don't give me even anything but an evil, disgusting look. Most people look at me with darting, murderous eyes, and because they'd rather pimp and try to rape and sell someone, and they're more for slavery. And you'd think black people wouldn't be for slavery, huh? But this whole pimp hoe game is really, really close to slavery, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. The truth is the truth. Yeah, so they all get quiet. I can psychically communicate with them by now, because praise the Lord God and Jesus Christ, amen. But, yeah, so they're all a bunch of, like, pimps and hustlers and cowards, and they all run game. You know, it's a big game, the pimp game. They're all pathetic, cowardly men. There's a part in one old Revelation where the angels say to a soul to prep it when it comes here. They say, be manly, soul, be manly. Be manly, soul, be manly. Be manly, soul, be manly. You know, these people are cowards, you know. Then I heard they're having all kinds of underage prostitution problems here. Sounds like Kensington, Philadelphia. And that place is a S-hole, you know what I mean? What did Trump say? Shithole, third world shithole. Well, Kensington is. And this place might look nice, but I think it has the same crap going on. And since we're close to D.C., I was asking the locals, too, about the really bad stuff because of the cannibal cults and the demon no-god owls and Frazzle Drip Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, James Elefantis, and whoever else. And they said they think that's all going on. And each individual I asked said, yeah, because no one's doing anything. They said the cops and the community, they don't organize against it. Why don't they get up and go have a protest in front of their offices? They all live right here. If you want to stop a problem in your community, each one of you is an individual, go out and do something about it. Make a little pujalcom. No, don't rip off my pujalcom, you people, with your satanic little mimicry and all, to try to imitate me enough badly. And the point is, that's what they do. They'll try to lie and talk over you and then mimic you, and then I'll be touching my head, and then I see the street, you know, whatever they are, they go by, and then they signal to each other, they imitate me, they go, oh, I'll touch my head, you're touching your head, oh, we're so slick and annoying. They try to figure out what really pisses you off and bothers you, and then they go around and try to torture you with the mind in like subtle little ways, like little cowardly snakes and witches. Yeah, well, you know, the God that dashes them to pieces, you know. lake of fire, the worm that never dies. I just can picture God just putting their heads right into the fire blender and get down there in the abyss and get out of here. That's like eventually what happens, because they're so disgusting and evil and cowardly. Anyway, so if they're not against like this, like, what is this? They've been doing child rape and child killing and adrenochrome with the hotels and selling the body parts and the blood and all that. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was asking questions about around here, because there's that Pizzagate place thing and all those emails online and that Frazzle Drip thing and all that John Podesta. I saw some guy wearing one of those Podesta rings, the red ring with the secret society. Yeah, remember, and then look up the red shoes people too. I mean, people really just, you gotta ask questions, you know, just straightforward. And if any of you people are watching this and you work around these people on a professional level and you don't hang out with them outside of work, you might want to say, listen, I saw this on the internet. What the hell is wrong with you? Are you in a cult? What's up with this ring? What the fuck is this shit? And start talking some sense to them, and then maybe say, you know what, it's time for you to get the fuck out of here. We don't want to work with some fucking witches and fucking cannibals. These people are so mammonously greedy that it's like that thing, give the devil an inch and he'll take a mile. They'll take whatever they can, because they'll rape and kill and slave children and people. They don't give a fuck about any of us. So they shouldn't be in office. They're not going to really serve us. And it's like a sick like joke, because what have they been doing for years? Having transvestite fake women presidents that were actually tranny men until recently. That's like a big sick satanic joke that they do. Ha ha ha, Illuminati right in your face. Oh, and they don't even notice. Now they're trying to LGBT little kids and give them, you know, when they shouldn't even be sexualized, little boys wearing makeup when little girls shouldn't even be wearing makeup at that age. Never mind boys. Yeah, kids shouldn't be sexualized as little tiny prepubescent children. No, you know, they shouldn't really be getting into all this. It's obviously not their fault. It's the sickos around them. These big fat twisted cougar, you know what, with their big fat Swazi, ungodly jealous of kids. They like to watch the boys shake it in their boxes and dress up like girls. They like to molest the girls and the hush puppets. Yeah, those prison-bound, hell-bound bitches. I hate them. I hate them all so much. That's why God just put them in the blender, dash them to pieces, turn them into dust, shivers, you know, whatever God and Jesus and David do, and, you know, the, what's his name, the good dragon. He destroys the wicked. He's in the book of Job. Behemoth, yeah. Behemoth also destroys the wicked. Yeah, well, I'm sick of you people, and, yeah, they're really sleazy, nasty, and they drive around all with their rap game music. They think they're cool. They look at me, oh, can we try to mind control you? Can we try to this? Can we try to that? You're not trying it with me, Buster Brown. You're not going to pull anything off with me. And so then they won't help either, because they want to sit there and they want to go, you know, F young boys in the behind. That's what they're into. And so they try to go around and they all touch their noses at me in some type of cocaine gesture, and they talk about drugs all the time, as if I have anything to do with it when I have nothing at all to do with drugs. At all. Yeah, completely sober. Smoke cigarettes, drink coffee. I don't even drink alcohol. I don't even smoke weed anymore. I don't do pills. Yeah, so I don't even really honestly take Tylenol ever or Advil, okay? I hate drugs so much. I tried drugs when I was younger. I was around some people died. I actually have like a vendetta against these like Muertes witch death cartels and the Nazi death merchants. So whether they're selling fake vaccines or plagues that they artificially combine in a laboratory or whatever they're doing, I don't do what they do, and I have no interest in it, and I hate what they do, and I want to see it all shut down. And I think that a lot of them should actually be in prison, but I'm sure God will just put them in hell later if nobody wants to put them in prison here. God's also testing everybody else to see if anybody's righteous enough to even care to start to address issues in a real community, you know, whether in a forum or by direct action papers or whatever. You know, people sitting there idly, jacking off the porn, and then sitting there, what else do they do? Watching the soap operas on TV, looking at a fake reality that the demons got you all fantasizing all sick in your head, that's a waste of your life. You're better off to be righteous and deal with the issues that are in front of you. You know, you can be at peace and all, but if they get you going into lust and morbidity and witchcraft, what's on your interior is still known by the Lord. And, you know, if you start getting pulled down into lust and sin and death, you know, the wages of sin is death. Lust isn't love. God is love. You know, God is righteous and for the upright. And if you're disgusting, just change. Just change and pray to the Lord, and then look at everyone around you and say, you know, you people are disgusting. You're full of lust and death. And all you're trying to do is kill me. Because if you realize that the drugs they're trying to sell you aren't worth the money, they're not worth the salt, then you realize they're just trying to kill you like a bunch of disgusting, tempting demons. With what they have to tempt you with isn't even really worth its salt. Tell you the truth, it's a big ripoff. Everything they do is a big ripoff pretty much anyway. And all they're trying to do is block you from life and heaven and the good things. They're a bunch of sickos. They're like a bunch of murderous witches, and they try to kill in a cowardly way. Why are they poisoning the weed with fentanyl? So now I look around people, oh, I'm racist, build a wall. Yeah, right. Because these people are tried, and it's known for years now, and they've gotten to the point of doing, it's like a biochemical drug war, and it's terror. Because if you're even poisoning people's green herbs that they smoke with deadly poisons, that's witchcraft to me, and murder. That's attempted murder, and murder when it happens, it's murder too. And it's also injure and intent to injure and cause bodily harm, and those are all crimes of a pretty severe degree. You know, I don't feel like smoking poison fentanyl weed. No, I don't. So, you know, I'm not gonna smoke weed anyway anymore. But the point is, I don't look at these people as, oh, look, they're just, oh, poor little Mexican fake refugees. Yeah, right. They look at Venezuela. Look at Mexico. They ruin their own countries with drugs, with a bunch of cowardly, pedophilic men and incest cults. They joke about Babylon and, you know, the beast hands with the long fingernails and the sick graffiti and the haughty weird stuff and the fat little asses full of pork. And, isn't that cute? When the fire truck goes by, he imitates it. Oh. Yeah, alright, well, I've had enough. And yeah, whatever, I feel bad for the kids while they're young and all. I really do. It's sickening what these people do to the children. But, on the whole, I have to say, I'm not really for letting them in. I'd say make them clean up their own country and stay in their own country. I'm tired of these people. If they came here and they didn't poison people and run like incest cult gangbang, like row home things in the cities and have, you know, their own incest gangbang politicians into their own little councils and their own little leasing things and the money laundering things and all that. They don't care how many people they kill. They just want their money so they can fill their fat faces with pork and drive around haughty, what they think is white people cars. That's what they think. You know, and that they just, they don't really help me much either. The Mexicans, Latinos, the whites over here suck. They're not helping me either. The blacks, yeah, we already talked about that. The black people even tip, you know, and most of them not very good. And we know at the Old Country Buffet they don't tip at all. All right, so, yep, tell you the truth, you know. I'm not going to sit here and say nice things. I'll fake and talk idle words because Jesus said you'll be judged for every idle word. So my words are not idle, and I'll tell you what I really think and what's disgusting about everybody. You know, maybe get on a diet, stop eating pork, stop letting your filthy, you know, baby daddies pork your kids and turn them out and make them into dope dealers and fentanyl dealers. And what are they going to do? Set them up to die and get shot and go to prison or hell anyway? That's how you people raise your children? You're so ungodly jealous of the children, even your own children. You set them up for death. Sick. It's sick people. Very sick. And I think that's why I'm for... apparently the cops around here in College Park and in D.C. aren't arresting people for any, like, sex crimes. And probably, I would assume, a degree of other crimes, like drugs, because you can see Mexican businesses all up and down certain strips, and you can tell. To me, it looks like they're laundering money. They're driving around haughty cars, listening to the stupid Mexican clown music. The black people are playing the pimp game, listening to. And again, too, oh, the poor black people, oh, the poor Mexican people. I'm homeless and I live outside, dirt poor. So I'm not sitting here, oh, poor them, poor them. They got a pot to piss in. They got a car to drive. Last night, there was a guy at 7-Eleven pretending to be homeless, bothering people for change, drinking a natty daddy outside of the 7-Eleven drunk. And I tried to talk him into sobriety and talk about the Lord and all. But then he goes, oh, well, I'm so blessed and glad I have a house and this and so I said, you're trying to bum money off of me. I'm homeless with 2 dogs. You're trying to bum money off of everyone around you. And then it turns out the guy tells me he's got a home and all that. He's got a place to shower. He's just out there bothering people drunk, pretending to be homeless, I guess. Yeah, so kind of ruins it for me when there's fake homeless people going around, drinking alcohol, acting like total scum. And then I legitimately could use the help, and then they give other people like me a bad name. Not exactly, though, because, each individual, we have our own acts and demeanor and all that, but it's disturbing that they have, and then they come out playing little, drunk devil hustler guys, and then they see what they can get out of everybody. And he said something about hustlers. I don't hustle. He didn't understand. I had to tell him 3 times. I said, I say what I mean. I said, I don't hustle. I got this disgusting scab on my knee. But he didn't understand it. It was like his mind was stuck in thinking like he has to live in like a duplicity. And what are they trying to always get something out of everyone they meet? Oh, how much can I get from them? How much can I get from them? I never do that to people. I don't put pressure on people like that, and I don't overuse people, and I don't try to. But these pimpy guys, like I said, there's people that are mammonist in different ways, and they'll take, and they also are abusive, because when money and houses and cars isn't enough for them and the health that they have, they still want to hurt and rape and abuse and mind torture. And that's why Nazis and abusive sicko men and women, whether they're doing it in a laboratory, calling it science, doing goddamn murder and witchcraft, or whether they're doing it to the girlfriends and boyfriends that they blow through, trying to destroy them with just a sick game because they never get real lasting satisfaction. Yeah, so woe to the unsatisfied, Jesus said, but anyway, these people suck around here, I'll tell you that. And apparently the cops are just getting paid on tax money, big salaries, and not doing nothing, which is disturbing to me, because it's like, the taxes pay for this stuff, and then it's like bilking or something, So when the Democrats say defund the police, I don't like what the Democrats say a lot lately, but they lie a lot, but defund the police, I think, yeah, to a degree, because if the police aren't doing their job and actually arresting the terrorist, scumbag, criminal, poisoner, witch people that molest kids and sell their own kids out on the street and drive them around to be escorted, pimping their little boys and girls, if that's not one of the worst crimes going on that you know about, and they know about it, and they just, what, nobody does anything? Your job, you cops' job is to serve and protect and to do something about that. I mean, felonious crime, it's a felony, and they just don't do anything, and then they get a big salary to just drive around all day, putting their little sirens on once in a while, maybe give a few tickets. It's like a waste of time. You could give tickets with machines nowadays. Just use those, speed traps or whatever, and you don't even need any real cops to do that. They don't do the jobs efficiently. I feel like they should be going after the bad people where there's overt crime. There's people here that are telling me that they see like kids walking around with dudes that are there's kids being prostituted, that they say at night they see them walking around. I seen a few kids I saw borderline looking that I said that might be a minor. They looked kind of weird too, like something disturbing was going on. I saw one of them walking near a hotel with a guy going, so I'm thinking, yeah, that looks like there's something going on over there. And seeing people standing around by the bus station, they look kind of like prostitutes. And yeah, it's just sad, you know. It's disgusting and sad. Anyway, adult prostitution might go on to some degree, and people are probably always going to have that problem. It's a sin that they have to get through. I mean, some people just fall to that, but the point is, when it's like slavery and child slavery and child abuse and stuff like that, that's illegal, and it's banned. Slavery is abolished, and it's illegal. And people need to start doing something about that, and they should be protesting it. You guys got people living around here, the witch cults, and they're cannibals, and they're doing this and that, and they're moving kids around. You know, who cares? Why be afraid? What are you afraid of? Oh, it's a black person, I don't want to say anything. Oh, it's a Mexican person, I might get called racist. Who cares? I yell at Mexican people when I see them go by. I say, build a wall. I just scream shit out. You know? I mean, they know why. That's the thing. They don't really yell anything back at me because I think they're like, yeah, she knows. Yep, we're guilty. Because how many of these people are here living large, driving around their fancy coke money and heroin money cars, that how many people died from all that heroin and fentanyl with their filthy lucre that they have. So then they buy cars and houses with it, multiple homes that they don't even need. And you think that's worth people's life? I don't think it's worth their lives. Unless they were terrible people. Then I'd say, eh. But the whole thing is a vicious cycle, and that's part of the thing that they know. It's part of a system of abuse. If they stopped, you know, raping the kids and tricking them out into little villains and pimps that, like, you know, can't even be monogamous and faithful to one woman, and they want to use everyone and do strip shows and smack a bitch and call everybody this and that, and then, you know, yeah, as a familial abuse thing goes on too, that makes systematic abuse. It's pretty sick. I lived in Kensington, Philadelphia, so I'll tell you, I heard a lot of things, and it was sickening to me. And there's a lot of sex criminals there, because I looked at Megan's Law list there, and I said, wow, there's a lot of these people. A lot of them are Latino. Just worth noting. Not that the white people aren't guilty of the same, or the black people aren't, because they're very guilty of it too. But their little pimp game, make the little devil clown boy. They try to turn the child into, you know, the little fall boy, Patsy. You know, little hell bitch, you know, for their own disgusting amusement, because they think it's like amusing, because child abusers think it's funny to torture children and turn them into like, oh, they're gonna get in trouble later. Yeah, because you fucked them up and you let them listen to all that and watch all that and hold weapons and sexualize them to the point of becoming a monster child. Yep, and it's all their own fault. It's pretty sick. People would just, how do I act around kids? Completely neutral. I never have a problem with children. You know, I don't sexualize them. I wouldn't let them listen to that music. When I go in the store and I hear some of the music in Walmart and Wawa, and there's people and their kids. Occasionally I might say something out loud. I might say, you know, this song shouldn't even, if it's a bad song. I said, well, this is disturbing. I said, why is this music even on in a store with kids in it? You know, that I see this as at that level. You know, people got to step it up and start realizing details with their sensory perception. What's really being played around you? What are the words around you? Is this acceptable to you? I don't like it. It's not acceptable to me either, because I don't roll like they do. You know, like Tupac said about Dr. Dre with his bisexuality. You know, Tupac said, I don't get down like that. You know, I tried my stupid things I did mostly when I was a teenager. You know, and I tried experimentation and this and that, da-da-da. Oh, everybody, you know, we were raised in the 80s. Everybody was a little curious, not curious, but that whole confused. Confused is what it is. It's confused. And I tried, and I said, I was